Hi everyone! Today we will create a simple game for beginners, which I called like a bone chaser. So let's have a look what we will do. We will have our player like a dog, and in every level it will be spawned a random number of stakes which we should collect. You could see that in this scene we have 5 stakes, so our player should collect this. And when we will collect all of them we will win. So it's a rather simple game for beginners, so let's have a look how we will do that. Okay, let's create our project. I will create a universal 2D project. Name of our project will be a name of a game, so like Bone Chaser, or actually it's a Stake Chaser. So stake chaser, and I'm not going to connect it to Unity. And let's create a project. It will take a few moments. So our new project is created. Let's just a little bit clean our folders. I will just put it all to the settings. I don't need it now. And I will just enable this global light 2D for now. I don't need it right now. Okay, first of all, I need to create a map for 2D game. So let's right click on the hierarchy and let's create a new 2D object, tilemap rectangular. Uh, I will name will be tilemap. I'm fine with it. Okay, and I will just make it grid settings on. If you don't have this tab tile palette here, I will just close it to show you where you could find it as well. So go to window and to yeah. So and will be a tile palette. I will put it here on the right side. And for our tile map, I will use this free pixel art top-down basic asset, which I'm going to open in Unity. Import it to project. I will override the settings. Perfect. And now we have this asset. I will create a new folder which I will call imported assets, and put this asset to this folder. Let's look closer what we have. We have some different kinds of prefab here, layer prefab, different props, and also we have tiles and a tile palette here. So, and as we could see on our right side on our tile palette, automatically was imported different kinds of tile palette from our asset. I mean these 3, so TP grass, TP stone ground, and TP wall. If I would like to create my own palette, in case, for example, if your asset doesn't have these created tile palettes, so you will just click here, create new tile palettes, and then you will save it to folder which you would like, and just send or put different kind of tiles to your palette here. I will create something really simple for beginning. So I will just take, I don't know, I will just take a grass like this, and I will create a new map for us. And I would like to make this grid is on again. So let's create this. Okay, I just had some bug here. I don't know why, but I didn't see my tiles. I just delete a grid which I created and just create a new one to the object tile map, rectangular tile map, and now it works. I really don't know why. Just a bug or something wrong. Okay, doesn't matter. So as I said before, let's create something simple. So just like simple tile map. Also, you could choose here, for example, a bigger part of a tiles and just create a tile map here. Like this. And if you would like to delete something, you also could delete this. Really something just simple to show you how things work. So something like this, for example, and we also put in our scene a few props. So prefab props, and let's put here maybe this well, or so I'm rather satisfied with our map. I will just put our type palette here to another tabs, and Now let's create a new empty object in our hierarchy, which I will call enviro, and I will put here all components, all my prefabs from the scene. And now I would like to check if components from my scene has a rigid body and collider on it. So rigid body and collider, perfect. Collider, it has some script from asset which I didn't add, so I will just remove this. And let's put rigid body 2D. Okay. And actually also I will set all for all our prefabs components of our map of our environment, I will set a rigid body like a static. So rigid body to the static and box collider. Not a box actually, a box for this bush. So let's look what kind of 2D colliders we have here. I don't want to create a mesh collider because it's just too complicated for this simple 2D game. So maybe, okay, let's create the circle collider 2D. Doesn't matter. So rigid body static, static. Here again we have a box collider, but as I could see, a small one. So let's create it bigger. And also we should add a rigid body 2D. Rigid body static. And actually here also I will just make a bigger my box collider. Here polygon collider. Okay, too complicated for our game, as I said before, but doesn't matter. I will not change it now. Rigid body 2D, let's make it static. So these three, we have a box collider, but it's not very happy with this box collider. So let's just make it. We could make it also like two different colliders on one prefab. So add another box collider, 2D. And just make the second box collider like this. Okay. And rigid body to the static. Here again, let's make bigger our box collider, static rigid body. Again, we have here a polygon collider. I will not change it just for saving the time, but maybe circle collider 2D will be much more better, doesn't matter. So rigid body static, and again here actually I will delete these three and I will just select these three in my scene and press Ctrl D, and I will create a copy of these three. So I will just put it here and static polygon collider again. I will just make it like a real one. Okay. Let's save this. I think I'm okay with it. So let's implement our player. For player prefab, we will use this free animal icons ID 2D 2D pack. Let's again open it in Unity, import it to our project, and put this new folder to our imported assets. Let's create a new empty object in our hierarchy, which I will call a player, and like icon of our player, I will just put a dog. It's a big dog, as you could see, and to change size of our sprite of a dog, let's just check this sprite number 8 with the dog, and here in inspector pixels per unit, let's change this 100, for example, for 400s. Okay, I think now it's rather fine, and also as you could see, our uh, image of our dog is not set to our player prefab correctly. It has a different pivot, a different route. So let's just here make a reset. So now it's the same on the same thing. Here, as you could see, when I put my player higher, it we couldn't see this. This is because our um, our tile map has order in layer 0. Let's set it to -10, for example, and let's check if it will help. Yeah, for most of them it helps, but not for prefab. Actually, I don't need it for prefabs, because we will set a collider to our player, and our player will just collide with these things. But the different important thing that for our tile map, our player is visible. Okay. So the next thing which I would like to do to put on our player this rigid body 2D component as well, and here we will put it like a dynamic, but because our player will move, but I will use a gravity scale to 0, and also we should put maybe a circle collider 2D, I think. Yeah, that's okay. And now let's create a new folder, which I will call scripts. And let's create a new mono behavior script player controller. Let's open it in Visual Studio Code. Now we will create a player controller script for movement of our player. I will just delete this command. So first of all, let's create a new variables. Public, not a public, actually. This will be serialized field. Serialized field float speed, or movement speed. Let's set it to 5, for example, for now. Then we will create another variable which will be private rigid body 2D like RB, and also we need to create this private vector to movement. Okay, then in the start method, let's initialize, or let's get an access to our rigid body component, which is on our player. So RB is equal to get component component rigid body 2D. So now in the start method we just put to our variable RB our rigid body component which is on our player. Perfect. And now in update, let's create, or let's have an access to position of our player to X and Y axis. So movement dot X is equal to input dot get axis raw horizontal. This x-axis is responsible to our movement to left and right by A or D, and then we should create this movement dot epsilon is equal to input get axis vertical, and this part like y-axis is responsible for movement with W or S. Okay, and now we also should create a fix update which will work with our physics. So void fixed update, and inside of our fixed update method, let's initialize outside. Let's create RB dot linear velocity is equal to movement dot normalized and moment multiplied by movement speed. So this normalized means that it will correct our movement when our player will move not just up or down or left and right, but when we will have a diagonal movement, it will correct our speed, not to make it too faster. Okay, so let's save this script and let's go back to Unity and let's put this player controller script to our player. As you could see here, we have a serialized field movement speed where we could change this. So let's just press our play button and let's check if our player moves. Yes, perfect, he moves. But as you could see, it has some problems with the rotation, and for this case we should go to rigid body 2D constraints and just freeze rotation on Z axis. Let's check this. Perfect, now that works. And as you could see, it also works with the collider, so I couldn't go through this box, or I couldn't go through these tree or stone, but I could just slightly go through this portal, or what is it? So I will check this portal, and yeah. But as you could see, our player could go down and we could not see him. Yeah. So in a scene tab, this looks like this. I will go just somewhere down to the left. I couldn't see our player. Where is he? And we could set this that our player will move just in limits of our map, and we will set it through the code. And for this we should just look at our player transform position. So for the top, I think we will set 7.3 to -7.3, and to our left and right this will be -11.3 and +11.3. So let's implement this in our script. And for this I should create new variables which will be again serialized field of a float type, and this will be min x, and I will set it as I said before. It was -11.3, I guess, something like this. Serialized field of float type max x, and as Visual Studio Code helps us, so I will just choose this, and the next serialized field will be float mean y-axis, and is equal to -7.3 if I remember right, and next one will be again serialized field float max y, and this will be 7.3f. Okay, and now in our update function, I'm sorry, in our fixed update function, uh, let's create vector to variable, which we could call the clumped position, which is equal to rigid body dot position. In this case, we will create a new variable clumped position, and position of our player through rigid body component will be set to this variable. So and in the next step we should put limits for our position. So clamped position dot x is equal to we will use math clamp formula or math clamp method function math f dot clamp, and inside we should put three variables. The first one is clumped position x. Second one will be our variable min x, so this one, and second one will be max x, this one. So our actual position and our clamps, min and max positions. And the same thing we should set for y-axis, for y-axis. So like this. And now we should put this clamped position to position of our player through rigid body again. So again, rb like a rigid body dot position is equal to clamp position. Now that should work. So let's save this and let's go back to Unity. As we could see now on our player, we also could change limits of main x and y axis. So let's press play button and let's check this in the game window. So actually not in the game, but here on the left side, we could see this better in scene, because we don't have a camera script right now which will follow our player, but as you could see it works. Our player don't go anymore outside of boundaries of our map. Perfect. And the last thing which I actually wanted to check is this altar, that it doesn't work properly with the collider component. I will just remove this box collider and I will just create a new box collider 2D, and just let's check if this will work. Yeah, so now we couldn't go through this altar. Perfect. So in the next part we will implement camera which will follow our player, and also we will implement our stakes which we should find and eat it, collect it. Okay, see you later.